for survival. We will watch you like an eye on the fighter. We are the young ones that fight for survival. We will watch you like an eye on the fighter. We will watch you like an eye on the fighter.
Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me dancing. Music keeps me on alone. You got the feeling. The music keeps me singing.
Hello, everybody! Now that we've turned down the music, we can join you.
Hello.
Welcome back to the LSU Photosoc creative distancing stream. It has been a couple of weeks, but we are back, and we have David with us
Yeah.
in the middle here. I can pat him on the head if I go the right way. There we go.
Now Photosoc is now digital and live from across the world. So
I know. We are international, yeah. We've got David from Slovakia.
you made the long
Very
trip
nice.
back home, but you can still join us. So it's fantastic.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? So hopefully we don't have technical difficulties, especially since we are now international. But yes, welcome to the LSU Photosoc creative distancing stream. Today we are going to be doing some clone photo editing, and this is something that's quite, I don't know, it's kind of one of those things that you see on Instagram fairly regularly, but is a really good idea for effectively social distancing, because we're all stuck inside. We can all clone ourselves in whatever rooms we happen to find ourselves in.
Yeah, we can do a photo with ourselves instead of other people and subjects and things. So it
Exactly.
fits quite well.
Yeah, you know, I think I'm glad that my housemate didn't come downstairs while I was taking the photos, because I had costume changes going on. I had 7 different versions of me all wearing different clothes in my picture.
Oh wow, you went really serious.
Yeah. So
I'm in the same clothes just 4 times. So
well, that'll be interesting to see. I'm Yeah, there's not much more to say, to be honest. We're going to be using a variety of tools. I'm going to be using Photoshop. David, I think you're going to be using the free Photop, which is the online editor that we've been using. So, yeah, we're going to have a bit of stuff to look at. If anybody wants to, head to the link that is scrolling down below us, down at the bottom here. You can access this website, which is our Creative Distancing Photography Resources website. It's got a link to Photop, which is a free online editor, which looks like this. It's very, very similar to Photoshop. And then you can also find a link to a free trial of Photoshop if you want to try that out, and photos from the previous few streams. Yeah. So, I guess all that's left to say is to figure out who's going to start. Do you guys have a preference, or should we spin the wheel?
Well, I'm just importing my files. We can go spin the wheel if you want.
Okay, we're going to spin the wheel. I've got this lovely wheel set up, and it's got a Photosoc logo and everything. Sam, you are the chosen one.
Oh, I feel honoured.
I know.
Well, we can jump straight to me then.
Yeah, here we go. Lead away. You are
Cool.
live on the stream.
I'm already sharing, so here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just, thankfully, just in time while the wheel was spinning, the import finished. Luckily, it wasn't too many photos. So my idea for this was to. I recently got one of these like bike trailers, and so my idea was to set up a little sort of chariot race with myself. So the sort of photos I've got are me sort of hanging off the back of this thing, and then in various positions, and then also me on the bike. So hopefully
This looks amazing.
got some great expressions as well, I'm sure.
Oh,
But yeah,
man.
I've sort of got two parts to it. So I've got like a left hand shot, and then I've got a right hand shot as well that's slightly further away.
Right.
So I'm hoping. Oh, have I got one? Yeah, I've got some crazy expressions. Look.
You look serious. It's great. I
Oh
love
yeah,
the-
definitely. It's the bike trailer, the chariot race is a big event in Photoshop
So-
clone Photoshop tutorials. I don't know. But yeah,
We'll build a deep
So,
and rich lore around clone photos.
yeah. So I mean, I shot these just in sort of locked off in manual in every setting, so I've got a fairly even exposure across all my photos. I was lucky with the weather. I literally shot these about 2 hours ago, so I was lucky with the weather. It was sort of overcast a little bit, and it doesn't look like it sort of changed too much. If we sort of look at the histogram, we can sort of like flick between a few, and the distribution is pretty
Yeah, they
similar
look
across all of them.
pretty
So I don't think we can have a
consistent,
big
yeah.
problem blending these. And yeah, so obviously these were my setup shots. I'm gonna just I mean, yeah, they're all pretty much even. So I'm gonna just go with one of them and start applying some sort of global corrections, which I'll blanket across all my photos, and that'll start me off quite well. Get a bit of the best sharpness and things I can deal with. So
Cool. Right. Do we want to go through and introduce like what each of us are going to be doing? Do you think that's a good idea? Like we go
let's
through.
do that. Yeah.
I can introduce what I'm doing. David can introduce what he's doing, and then we can flick between us. Yeah. Cool. Okay. David, do you want to go next, or shall I? You know what? I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm spinning the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
What if it's Sam again?
It is Sam again. I'm going to roll it. I'm going to spin again. 1 second.
I'll get my clone to come in and
Here we go. No way! What is this? Okay, I'm
What?
just gonna. It just landed on
This
Sam
beat 3
again.
times.
Yeah, just landed
Oh.
on Sam 3 times. Okay,
Do I
we're
win?
gonna
What do I
go.
win?
I
Do I get
don't
prize?
know. You win being featured first, I guess. How about I'll go next and briefly talk through mine while David you get your screen ready on Skype.
Yeah. Good.
Cool. So I have gone with a board game with myself. So what I did is I took a series of photos in my lounge. set up a table. I set up an entire board game, which was a lot of work. Like, is like very piece heavy, so it took me way longer than I thought it would. But what I've done is taken pictures of myself in all kinds of different locations. I've got one of me in a suit. I've got like one me in a hoodie. I've got one me in like a jacket, standing in the doorway, on sofas. Like, it's very dumb. And I've tried to group them up into like sets. So we've got like a set like this, which we're going to edit together. I've got another set. I've got a few options. And what I've just done
You
is...
really did go all out on the costume changes. I love it.
I know, I'm like, some of these are quite funny. Like... it's me in a suit. Just... me in a jacket. A cereal in a doorway and a... Like, I don't know. Look like a spy or something in the door.
It kind of makes me feel like if we were going really, really pro with this, you could do like a clone Harlem Shake.
Oh, God.
Probably could do a Harlem Shake, actually. That's not a bad shout.
The
But yeah,
COVID
that's what...
Shake maybe.
The COVID Shake. Oh no. So we do it in video, and you film yourself multiple positions. You know what? That's a viral video waiting to happen.
I think I've seen it done before, actually. Now I think about it, but yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh man.
Good one to
Okay.
try.
Right. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. David, what are you going to be working on?
Right, so if you can see my screen here,
We can.
I got my setup. So this is my first set of photos. I took to my kitchen because I was too lazy to go outside, and I'm not sure what I did. I didn't really have a creative vision with this. I sort of did it last minute, so it's very underexposed at the moment. But you can see me peeking from down the bottom,
Yeah.
and then if
Oh, he's hiding in the corner.
yeah, I'm just sipping on some tea, you know. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
bam, I'm standing
Oh.
there with a knife in my poncho.
Oh my gosh. This is going
And
to take
then
dark-
now I
dark
realize
turns.
this is a terrible setup because now I'm cooking something, but I'm completely blocking out the door, so I might.
Well,
need to
maybe it'll
skip
make it
the-
creepier.
Maybe.
You
And
might be able to actually just pick up the whole of yourself in that image when you're cooking and then move you to the left maybe and give yourself some more space. Potentially.
It might
potentially,
be
yeah.
able to, yeah.
And then this is my blank shot of the kitchen.
Oh, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't get a blank slate. I should have done that.
Oh, that is planning.
Yeah. So I guess I could talk a bit about my physical setup as to what I did to get these shots.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So as you can see, there is a little bar stool here. We have two of them in the kitchen. So I took one of them, used it as a tripod, just because I don't have a tripod on me at the moment, because of really quick traveling and stuff. So I used one of those, what are they called, the gorilla pods? They're really flexible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I popped that on my camera and then put my camera onto the bar stool and just had it in the doorway. And I think it
It
kind
works,
of
doesn't
adds the low angle kind of makes it even more creepy.
Yes, definitely.
In terms of color, I'm thinking like I might put a green tint on it, or like heavy yellow tint or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is my
Cool.
set. I also have a second set which is not as exciting as this one.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know, maybe we'll get onto it
We'll see.
later. Or
Yeah,
what-
maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm like, it really depends how long it's going to take us to edit all of these, because goodness knows, it
Yeah,
could
I mean,
take us a minute.
I've
couldn't
never
it?
done cloning, so I might need some guidance on that.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's going to
the
be-
aim
it's
is
going to be a learning process. I can play the audience here.
you could be the audience surrogate.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, I guess we'll spin the wheel one more time to see who goes first with their process. I found this wheel tool. I'm going to use it all the time, guys. Oh no, it's landed on me.
Well,
I feel like that
I
sounds like
love
it's
it
rigged.
if it means I win all the time, but
It's landed on me.
hey.
So I guess I'm starting. That does feel rigged. I promise you I didn't rig it. I'll start though. Cool. So what I've done is I've started in Lightroom with all of my photos. I've color coded them. You can just color things in Lightroom by going to color label. I've got mine labeled by meaning, but you can have effectively red, yellow, green, blue color highlights on photos in Lightroom. And what I've done is I've organized them into sets of 7. So I've got 7 clones in each photo. So I've got all of these red ones, and what I've done is I've selected all of them, gone to editing by right clicking, and then open them as layers in Photoshop. And what that has done is loaded them all into Photoshop as layers, as you can see here. So we've got each layer ready to go in Photoshop. Now, there's lots of different ways you could approach it. What I'm going to do is start by aligning all of the pictures so that they all match up as best as possible. So, what I can do in my layers panel, select all of them, and go into edit, and go to auto align layers. And you can leave this on auto, it does a good job on auto. Okay, and I'll just wait for that to try and align everything. That means that when I try and get everything working, just, you know, not worry about blending because they'll all be aligned.
Yeah, I've never used it before. That's a really good tip.
Haven't you? It's very, very useful actually. There's also auto blend and things, but generally trying to blend something yourself I find is a bit better.
I guess it sort of is on the back of the sort of photo merge type workflows that Photoshop has.
Yeah,
That
I'm like,
sort of stuff,
it's
isn't it?
effectively a alignment photo merge. So Photoshop has a separate photo merge for like panoramas and stuff. What they've effectively done is they've taken out the algorithm that does the aligning of the photos and just put that as a separate function so that you can just run it by itself. So now these are all aligned, so if I change them, you'll see the slight colour changes, but we can correct that later. But now this is all nicely aligned and ready to go. So I'm going to start with, so what I've done is I've kind of set up 4 players around the board game here. This is Catan. Shout out to any Catan players. But yeah, so I'm going to just slowly add in pieces effectively. And I'm going to start with the largest pieces. So I'm going to come and make this one visible. And I'm going to apply a layer mask. And this is something that we use pretty regularly on Photosoc streams. And I'm just going to come down to the layers here, press layer mask, and that's going to add a white panel to my layer. And what you can do is paint into this layer, and if you paint black, then stuff will become invisible. If you paint white, then stuff will become visible. And you can also paint greys to change how clear or hidden something is. And it's effectively a way to erase something without deleting it.
Yeah, non-destructive editing.
Non-destructive editing is the technical term. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Well, actually, now you're mentioning the sort of things we typically do, it's made me think maybe we should have a Photoshop stream bingo.
Oh, maybe we should. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, we should do bingo
quiz as
cards. You know what? I did think about doing a
Definitely
Photoshop
viewer
quiz.
quiz.
Maybe we should maybe we should just do a quiz. Maybe it doesn't even need to be photography based.
Well, we can do a social, couldn't we? We could do a social distance social.
We should do a social. Yeah,
I'll
that's a
bring
good point,
snacks for
actually.
everyone.
Yes, I'll bring alcohol for everyone. Enjoy alcohol responsibly, everybody.
Non-alcoholic. Oh, you can't even see it.
Oh, it's been green screened out. Yeah.
I'll lie and say this is vodka.
Ah. Yeah. So I've got my layer mask up here. What I'm going to do is press B to select a brush, and I'm going to come down to my colours here and make it black. And this will allow me to paint in stuff, well, paint out this layer effectively. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around. You see if I paint across, and that's going to get rid of this clone. So I don't really want that. If I can undo that, there we go. I'm just going to paint around the table so that we're only keeping the clone part of this image. You can see as I paint around this layer mask here that it's turning black and updating what is and isn't visible based on what I'm painting. So I'm just going to go around the entire room and just keep the clone. And you can also preview this by clicking, if you hold down Alt and clicking on the layer mask, you can also see what's going on. You can come in and just clean up little extra bits around the edges, that kind of thing. But it's kind of hard to tell if you don't have a reference point. But yeah. Obviously, if I paint out the chair, that's not going to be much good. I could have my floating. That's an idea. Probably something else. So that's for another stream. That's a whole other stream idea. Just making ourselves float. Yeah.
Levitating businessman.
Yeah.
Oh, recreate emojis. What an idea.
Oh man, that sounds like a horrible idea. So I'm using holding down Alt and then scrolling to zoom in. I use this all the time. It's a much faster way to navigate around an image than using the zoom tool or using the Control plus or minus keys. And I'm just going to paint around myself here as best I can. In fact, this area I can keep because this side of the image is not going to be having any clones apart from this one, so I can keep all of that stuff.
The good thing is when you're doing editing, bringing more other layers in and sort of editing, because you're doing non-destructive editing, it's incredibly easy to fix small things where you might have an overlap you weren't expecting, so it's very
exactly flexible. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got this scene already which has got 2 clones in. We've got a pair of hands and me looking very confused at my cards. So
looking good.
Yes.
Do you want me to switch over back to me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to screen share, then I can swap back to Sam.
That would help from my end, wouldn't it?
It would.
Ding. Start show. Okay, right.
Cool. Sam, take it away.
Cool. So I have made my selections and edits. So this is the photo I was directly editing. The only thing I've really done to it is just added a bit of sharpness. Added a bit of chromatic aberration and lens corrections. I also actually brought up the blacks a little bit because I noticed some areas like here, if I'm trying to isolate myself from the background, it's gonna be a lot easier if I can actually see what I'm doing, and also for Photoshop to see what I'm doing. So I raised the blacks up a little bit, which it won't have destroyed we won't have lost too much image quality, but and we can always then chuck a curves layer on top of that afterwards and then get it much better. So that's where I'm at right now. If we go back to library view, I've made a selection. So I've got 4 that I think I'm going to try and combine. So I've got me looking back at the competition. There I am, gurning, trying to put out the watts. and me at the back,
like this idea.
Trying to
so good.
I don't know, I'm trying to whip and encourage my rider. There I am, looking at the competition again. So
I love this idea.
Find all those.
I really do.
It could be amazing. It could be terrible. We're not going to know until we try it. So, one thing I have realised though is I've really given myself a headache about isolating some of these things. I mean, the amount of elements that I'm going to have to spend potentially a long time messing around. I don't like my past self for choosing this idea now, but let's roll with it.
Yeah.
So to get those into Photoshop. Oh, I went developed by accident. Going back to library. I'm pretty sure I can just select all of these.
You can.
And go just edit in Photoshop. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yep, and it'll load them all up in separate Photoshop documents. If you do that.
Edit a copy. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, I'm set to start editing. How's David doing? Maybe.
Yeah, David.
Why
don't you let us know how you're doing?
Let me just put my screen on. I think that should be working now.
Yes, I can see me.
Okay.
David, take it away. What are you up to?
I am up to some massive lag. Because
So I'm not laughing.
no, feel free to laugh at my pity. I'm doing this from a laptop, and it's not very powerful, so I have to wait for everything. But so far, I've just misclicked on black and white, and now I have to wait for it to go away. No, but
No.
so far I've only brought up the exposure and some of the brightness. I think I might turn it back down a bit, the brightness, because I really like the kind of noir vibe, the real creepiness of it. So I think I'll mess around with the colors a bit. I'm editing all of the photos at once, so I don't get any funky lighting on my clones.
Right.
If I do, I'll probably do that separately afterwards to fix. I might need to fix this one, just like brighten it up and all that. So for now, I'll be struggling with all my adjustments, and then I'll move on to masking my clones out. So I think that's what I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah. I think we should probably go to someone else, because this is not going to be a good viewing experience of me just waiting for stuff to actually
From
fly.
even my experience with Photopia, it's just inherently very slow for some sorts of edits. So
Yes. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
it is
even
a
on
common thing, like because it's based on a browser, it's a bit more limited.
Yeah.
But you know, does the job.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have anything else, it's free. So you know.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to spin the wheel, see who we go to next. And if it's
Cool.
David, I'm going to ignore it. It's me. There we go. Right. Okay then. I guess I'll pick up where I left off. I have just been. I've just got my next person in here. I've just masked them off. So there you go. Just masked them off, and you can see the layer mask that's going on there. But what I've just noticed is the colour is a little bit off between this photo and all of the others. And if I turn this on and off, you can see stuff like based on the walls. Effectively, you can see the colour balance is slightly off. So I'm going to try and correct that if possible. I probably should have done it in Lightroom before I brought it in here, but there's not much I can do about it. So I'm going to try and do a camera filter on this layer. See what happens. Needs to be a little bit bluer. Let's click OK on what it looks like.
Yeah, talk us through that process you have. So are your photos like smart objects in some way? Or are you using Camera Raw just to edit them directly? How does that work?
At the moment, these are just straight flat files. What I should be doing is creating a smart object. So these are direct from Lightroom, so they are NEF files. So if I go back into Camera Raw, I think it should be persistent. I'm not sure though. No, it's not persistent. In which case, let's go through why we use smart objects. So what I'm going to do is convert my layer into a smart object here, and you guys will kind of find it hard to see because of the way where the right click menu is, but it's here on the menu. If you convert a layer to a smart object, what you do is you effectively lock the contents of the layer to editing. You can still apply effects to it. So you can resize it and Photoshop will retain all of the information, which means that if you make it smaller, you can decide to make it bigger again without losing any detail. But in the case of Camera Raw filters, what I'm going to do is I have my layer selected, I'm going to go to Filter, and I'm going to go to camera raw. And what this does is allows us to edit like effectively like in Lightroom. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in. Whoa, that is way too zoomed in. You don't need to see that my lapel that well. I'm going to zoom into this wall, and I'm just going to edit the color temperature a little bit so it's a little bit cooler. Hit OK on that. Compare. And what it does is it creates a smart filter here that I can just turn on and off, so I can really easily compare what it looks like. And to compare, I'm going to just create another layer mask like we did before. Grab my brush with B again, and then grab a black brush and just paint out a section of the wall. So I can just zoom in over here, and we can compare what it looks like. So on the left here you can see without our camera raw filter. If I then add it on again, it's looking a bit too cool now actually. So what I'm going to do is go back into the camera raw filter by double clicking on it and just tweak it again. I'm just going to make it just a tad warmer. See what that looks like? That looks very, very close to what I want. So now that I've got that edit done, I can be fairly confident that the colours in the rest of this layer are going to match the colours in the rest of the image. So you see, if I can turn it off, it looks very, very close.
Yeah.
So now I can go ahead and continue to mask the whole lot out. So select a brush with my layer mask selected, and then I can go around with my black brush and get rid of all of the extras here. Bring our other clone.
Oh, and it all comes together.
There we go.
We'll see how well you did the overlaps. That is very good.
Yeah, so I did think a lot about where I was sitting for each of these. And I did take multiple pictures for each angle so that if I wanted to, I could play around with it. And I think I managed to get the eye lines right as well. So I should be looking at me being confused here, which actually seems to have worked, which I'm actually quite impressed by. I have no idea how I
that's
should do
amazing.
that. But if you match the eye lines, having chairs there really helped because I could look at where somebody would be sat on the chair.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, now I can just zoom in a little bit here and keep going with my black brush and just clean up edges. You can see if I hold, there you go. If I click Alt click on the layer mask, then I can just go around and click up the edges so that we're not getting any extraneous bits. There we go. Now obviously you've got to kind of see I just paint in the glass again there. So if I go back with my white brush, I can just trim that. There we go. There we go. We keep everything visible. There's like a little bit of a spot there. I don't know what's going on with that. I wonder if that's a spot on the lens. It might be a spot on the lens actually.
Try like hiding some layers and see if it goes away.
Well, it's hard to tell on that one.
There's nothing. Oh, there's nothing in front of it, is there?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So I might be able to fix that in Lightroom afterwards using a brush or something. But yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, slowly add myself into all of this. The next one would be this version of me who looks somewhat confused. There's several versions of me that look somewhat confused actually. Maybe I should have varied my expressions a little bit. What else have we got? We've got me looking backwards. And the intention with this one was that I was looking back at myself who was trying to effectively give advice to everybody playing the game on how to play the game. Because I do that too much, if anybody's played games with me. There's also a version of me offering everybody a cup of tea from the doorway. And then there's a version of me just on the sofa. So I guess I'll just keep adding
Yeah.
things in. Yeah.
You've
Sam,
got loads of options.
I've got loads, and this is only one set. I've got 3 different sets of images for this scene, so we'll see.
Okay. You could
yeah.
you could go for hours with this.
I could go for hours, but obviously they're all the same scene, so it's not fundamentally different. But hey, you know,
Yeah, of course.
cool.
Yeah. Do you want to go back to me?
Yeah, Sam, what are you up to then? What are you doing next?
So yeah, again, I need to remember to share my screen. That does help.
Yep.
Ding ding. There we go. So what I'm doing right now is I brought all the photos in, and I've just got a very rough alignment on all different ones. I was using a tripod for these photos, but there's more movement between each shot. So yeah, essentially what I'm doing is I've changed all of my
I love it. I can already see it coming together, and it looks
yeah,
amazing.
this is what I want to try and So I've changed all of mine to something like overlay or dark or something, so I can just sort of like get a feel of the different elements, just so I can sort of like get my composite, because with Tom's one, he has like a set frame that he's working within. I don't have that yet, and I don't even know what my background's going to be yet. So I'm going to try and work out what my composition is going to be like to start with, nail that down before I then start fine-tuning everything, because I don't want to be messing around with details when it's going to affect loads of things badly.
Yeah.
So I've got sort of two groups essentially. So I've got this which is the first one will be up front, and then I've got the one at the back. So you can already then see the two elements there. And yeah, so right now I'm literally just trying to work out where to place these 2 elements, and where it's going to sort of work. I might just chuck in a quick little layer mask and get some things blanked out to make it a little bit clearer what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
Layer masks work very well for just like being able to visualize how you're lining things up and that kind of thing.
yeah,
Because the great thing about them is you can just delete them afterwards.
that's what that looks like. I think I'm also trying to consider what crop I'm going to go for,
Yeah.
because I think what in my head I've got this as sort of like a gladiator style chariot race.
Yeah.
So I think I might try and find a picture of a Colosseum at some point.
You could go really wide angle. You could go like a movie frame or something.
Well, there, yeah, like CinemaScope. I was
Yeah.
thinking. So, if you do, it's 1:132, isn't it?
21 by 9, I guess, is the other way to think about it.
Okay.
If you want a widescreen movie, or
Ooh.
2:1.
Ooh,
2:1 is also another option.
Yeah.
Actually,
that.
that's like
That's
2 to 1
very
cross.
widescreen, I think. 2:1.
Which one's that? That's quite cool. I think we'll go 2:1. Yeah, that's quite good actually, and I've probably got enough space to line myself up on sort of a third each way, which could probably end up looking quite cool. And while my computer thinks about that, it refuses to show me my layers.
It's a good job that the one person with a computer that isn't melting is the one running the stream.
Yeah, that does help.
But yeah.
I'm scared now. Do you want to go back over to you, Tom?
Yeah, sure.
While
I'll
my
take over
computer
for a sec.
recovers from doing just a crop, which it should be able
Yeah.
to easy.
Cool. So
Okay.
I've just I've made a completely black layer mask on my next one, and I'm going to slowly paint it in with the white brush here. So make sure that I've got. So you can press X to switch between the 2 colours that you have on your brush. So you can see down in the corner here. Every time I can, if I'm using layer masks, I use a white brush and a black brush. So if I just press X, I can just swap between them very quickly without having to go and change the colours. It's worth explaining because otherwise I might do it and forget to explain that I'm changing the colour. But yeah, so I've got a fairly soft brush, and I'm just going around catching the edges and trying to just explore where this clone ends. Now I've got an issue here where my clone, I think, is going to overlap with another clone, so I'm going to have to be careful about how I am editing that together. So here we go. this is going to have to be quite careful. So I'm going to go with my black brush and just slowly uncover this hand, because this one would be front. There we go. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to actually trace this, I think. So I'm going to come up to my lasso tools and go to magnetic lasso, and this just auto detects the boundary between shapes or colours. So I'm just going to slowly run along here. Don't need to click or anything, it'll automatically jump to your points. And then I can run that round, double click to finish it off, and then I can paint just within that selection. So if I then go back to my brush by pressing B and make it white, I can just paint within this selection and get a good boundary between those two, like that. There we go. Now I'm not going to really worry about the end of this too much because this is probably cropped out, but you can come back and just clean that up a little bit. So there you go, this looks fairly natural, I think. And then I can come in with and do this side as well.
Yeah,
Is your
just those
crop,
little
is your
details that
cropped-
then take the time, isn't it?
Yeah, like getting the little bits done really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Is your finished loading now, Sam?
Yep, I'm all good now.
There you go. Oh, I
I'm just
see.
now, yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's just sort of trying to make it look, you know, sort of believable and getting perspective to work correctly. One. I think I'm going to move the one on the left in a little bit. And sort of, yeah, because I feel like on the right it's much higher for some reason.
Yeah, it does seem that way. It might just be because you can see the horizon still in both, can't you? Like,
yeah,
effectively the
actually,
the
that's a
end of
good
the
point.
garden.
Actually, that's the way of doing it, because you could sort of trace lines, and if the vanishing point meets, that's going to be perfect perspective, isn't it? Technically.
Oh, yeah, that's a big way of thinking about it, actually. Employ some vanishing point theory.
So how can I make a guide? You know, that is at any angle I want.
So, the best way I would suggest to do it, don't use the vanishing point in Photoshop. What I do is I create a star. So if you go into the shapes panel, on
So
the
I'll get a new layer.
yeah,
Yes.
it'll make a new layer by itself when you create the shape.
Okay, cool.
So if you go into the custom shape near the bottom, custom shape, yeah. If you go to the top then, and select a star from the shape drop-down menu, which is at the top, on the left. Next one along. There you go. Is it that one?
This one. Starbursts.
Oh. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not custom shape. It might be polygon.
Polygon would make
polygon.
more sense, I think,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
So yeah, polygon, and then select the drop down there.
5-point white star. Is that it? Well, we can give it a shot, shouldn't we? Okay, so I could do
Oh
sides.
right. Oh,
do like
okay. Yeah, I see where it is.
I could just do more sides. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm
So
at?
you do 100 sides.
Will this break my computer?
If you draw a 100-sided star, right?
Oh wow.
Okay.
Then take the middle points and bring them all into the middle. So you can do that in Photoshop by having the shape selected, and I think you can just drag one and it'll bring all of the middle, the inner points of the star into the middle. You have to have the direct selection tool selected, so A on the keyboard. You should be able to drag those points into the middle if you just click on one of the points, run all of them. Oh no, it's doing it one by one.
Yeah, this is.
Oh,
I feared
no.
this. Well, hang on. Surely, I can change the size of this star in more
Yeah,
interesting
you should
ways.
be able
than-
to, yeah. Oh, you just deleted it. Oh, no, you just deleted the whole thing. Yeah.
Shape. What are these things doing?
Because I did this a while back for... Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so what you
Indent
need to
size
do...
by 50%.
Yeah,
I
make
think
it
I'm gonna do that
99... Make it 99%, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that
100
makes
sides.
sense.
That's it.
Now I'll have a really spiky. There we go. What a technique. Love it.
And then if you make that like a white or something, and then you can use that as your vanishing point. And what I
Yeah.
usually do then is I also, if you need a very big one, I rasterize that, and then copy it and rotate it just a little bit, so you have effectively have a 200-point star, which gives you a
Okay.
few more lines as guides. But it depends
I
how
think
many
I'll be
you
okay
need.
with this for now, but yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's a really good tip. Thank you.
Yeah, so I used that last year a lot when I was developing a poster which I designed to be on a perspective grid. So I had to have this massive star, like 2 page widths across, like off of the document to use as a vanishing point. But it is very, very handy, and it means that you can actually get accurate. It only does 2-point perspective.
Yeah.
Obviously you can start putting multiple ones in multiple places to get however many point perspective you want. Actually, that's 1-point perspective right now. But yeah, you can add more.
Yeah, of course.
There is also a very good perspective tool in Photoshop, but it is a little bit of a pain in the butt to use.
Yeah, I never tried it. It seems to a bit like the Illustrator one. Seems a bit sort of finicky and weird.
It is very, very finicky. I don't use it. Hey, if anybody in the comments has any idea how to use it, then I know.
Enlighten us, please.
Let us know. So you're gonna just effectively like cut yourself out and get. Are you gonna get yourself sorted first, or are you gonna try and get like the setting sorted? What do you think?
Well, I think I might after I've sort of previewed this whole perspective thing and see how it looks. I think I'm gonna have a look online and try and find like a blank slate of like a Colosseum or something.
Cool.
Because I think that'll look really cool. But yeah, it's interesting because just to get this right now, my perspective vanishing point is way different to where I thought it was going to be. So.
Yeah, I'm like, it's going to put you much further apart, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but
I don't think you necessarily need to pay attention to it, though. You can just ignore it.
I might do that. I might go crazy and ignore perspective. Forget it exists.
That is solid life advice. Just ignore perspective.
No sense of perspective at all.
So yeah, I'm gonna go googling, trying to find a background image.
Cool.
David, maybe
Alright.
how are you doing? Maybe
Yeah,
I don't
David,
know.
what are you up to?
Thank you for asking. My computer is about to melt. Yeah, so advice for people watching editing in Photopea and being on Skype call with a very bad Eastern European internet is not a good idea. So essentially, Photopea just crashed on me, but I think I've got a workaround. I'm editing the photos. I'm doing a batch edit in a different software, and I'm going to. This is probably suboptimal, but I'm going to export them as JPEGs and then edit them as JPEGs in Photopea. I think that should work with the restrictions because I think I can smell plastic, and that's not good coming from a computer.
Oh god.
That's not good at all.
No, but
We can have a fire live on stream. That would not be good.
I think I should be good, but I'm not sure about screen sharing. I think you'll have to wait until the finished product because
So nothing is actually wrong with your computer. You're just trying to build suspense, right?
The showmanship.
I guess I'll swap back to my phone in a minute then. So I am currently trying to trace out this hand, overlapping with a fair bit. So I'm trying to be very careful about the overlapping. I've already done these fingers down here, and I'm just going up here to the top. There we go. So I'm going to, what I did before is I used a magnetic lasso, so you can press L on the keyboard to get the selection tools up, and if you long press on the lassos on the toolbar, you can choose which one you want to use. The magnetic one is probably my most frequently used one, but the other ones are very, very handy as well. So I've just made that selection. I'm going to press B, make sure that I've got my layer mask selected, and come in with a brush and just get out that, like that. You can press Ctrl D to get rid of any selection that you've got. So there you go. And what I notice is that the edge on the hand can be quite hard sometimes, like especially around here. So what I've been doing is making my brush a bit smaller. You can use the bracket keys to change the size of your brush, and I'm just going to come in a little bit, very gently at the edge, and just soften up the edge of the finger. Whoops, that's probably a bit too much. A little bit softer, because generally Photos does not have hard edges to it. It's got a little bit of a feather or a gradient. That's too much. There we go. So being like having a gentle hand, so that's just a little bit softer. It makes it seem like it's not been edited as much as it's been. Also on a wider scale, when you look at the whole picture, you won't notice it, but little things like that generally is the quality of an edit that you do. So there we go. And now I'm going to do the thumb. Go back to my magnetic lasso and come all the way around here. Yeah. What have you guys been up to during the last week or so? Like anything interesting during lockdown, or were you just doing uni work? Or
well, I moved back to Loughborough.
Ooh.
fair enough.
How is Loughborough at the quarantine time?
It's a bit odd. Like there's quite a few people still on the roads. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. But there's still quite a lot of people who are driving. Like not necessarily just to the supermarket. Like I went out to the supermarket yesterday, and there was a lot of people on the roads. And it seems to be oddly overgrown. I noticed that. Like I've got a lot of paths and stuff near my house, and there's a park as well. And whoever maintains it obviously isn't, and it means that everything's slightly going wild. It's quite interesting. There's a lot more colour because obviously it's summer or spring. So it's actually like if I wasn't doing so much work, like for my course, I'd be spending a lot more time outside, like in the park, like going for walks, because it's really nice.
Yeah. It's so tantalising. Spring's here, but we're all locked away.
Yeah, I'm like, the amount of work that I've got to do for my course means that I'm like in most days doing work, which is a bit of a bummer, but hey, you should expect on a master's.
Guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know, do you want to switch back to me?
Yeah, sure. If you want to take over, Sam, show us what you're up to.
Yeah, let's do that with this button here. So, I'm now in a split decision. I could try both, I guess. So I was thinking, well, what is the modern Colosseum? A velodrome, right?
Oh, of course. Of course.
So, yeah, I think I might just try both, though.
I do like the idea of actual bikes, though, in a Colosseum. It does sound hilarious.
Can't spell.
Ooh, okay. See, there's a lot of high up Colosseum pictures. What you need to do, you find a frame from like Ben-Hur or something. That's got a really good Colosseum scene in it.
Okay.
Maybe the new one. I think it's like 2016 or something. The Ben-Hur.
Mhm.
I think it's 2016. I'm not sure though. That's got a very like the Ben-Hur Colosseum scene is relatively well-known thing. You might be able to find a good picture for it.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
That's what I'd think of when I think Colosseums, really.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
if
that's
you'd be able to
that's
find
the
a
thing.
freeze frame. It's a good movie, actually. The original's better, but the new one was pretty good. It's quite short, though, compared to the original.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a good
Is it
epic.
like-
It's like 3 hours
Like
long.
Gods of Egypt.
Oh no, it's way better than that.
Okay.
It's way
Good.
better than Gods of Egypt. Far, far better. Are you trying to find Gladiator? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. I mean, I don't know. I think I need to do a little bit of a history lesson and work out what they actually called, like the track.
Okay, so
Do you
it's a
know?
location in Rome I've been to that was a track rather than just a Colosseum,
Yes.
and I
I've been
cannot
there too.
remember. I cannot remember what it's called, but I know what I'm talking about. I'm on Google
Okay.
Maps. So I'll have a look.
I'm on Apple Maps. Aha.
Oh well, I'm gonna clearly have a lot more success then.
Whoa.
Right. Ah, bingo, found it. Circo Massimo. Chariot races, just called an arena. That's not very handy. 250,000 Romans, that's a lot. Oh my gosh.
Is it this
So,
place that's
It's called
just like?
Oh, it's called Circus Maximus. Yeah, Circus Maximus, there you go. You might be able to find a picture of Circus Maximus.
Hmm.
Or I was thinking maybe some locale from the Loughborough campus. I could see you racing around the fountain. That's fairly.
Or the running track. Could even be the running
Oh,
track.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shot actually. Yeah, there's not a lot of ground level shots of it.
What's it called? Circus Maximus, is that?
Actually, like the Circus Maximus is clearly what the location in Ben-Hur is. Looking at the design of it, like the artist impressions of what it looked like.
Yeah, it's just getting the
amazing.
angle that's going to fit my thing is a problem, isn't it? I like.
There's a
David
Minecraft
Loader,
map.
actually.
There's a Circus Maximus Minecraft map. Anybody want to load up Minecraft and get some pictures of it from inside there? You could be inside
Minecraft.
Circus Maximus inside
Photoshop yourself
Minecraft.
into Minecraft. What was I going to do? Rather than just share my favourites.
Circus Maximus is very cool though. Worth a visit anybody ever goes to Rome. There's so many things worth a visit in Rome. There's an amazing ice
got
cream
some
shop
shots.
around the corner.
If somebody wants to take a look at my progress, I think it's coming along quite nicely.
Yeah, sure. By all means,
Quickly.
share your screen,
Sure,
David.
Go for it.
There you go.
Hey!
Hey!
Sorry about that.
Oh.
Look at
You
that.
can see me.
So the JPEG trick actually worked quite well. It's not too bad, I think. I'm quite happy about the colors as well.
Just see that face that you're pulling is amazing.
I don't know. This has some sort of a thriller/sitcom vibe to it. I feel like I feel like this is a victim of this guy, and this guy just doesn't want to get killed. You know, he's just sipping some coffee or tea. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I need to get if you zoom in here, you can see the horrible masking job that I've done around the door frame. I think this is the most visible. So I'm just cleaning that up now. But aside from that, I feel quite happy. I think I'll be going back to colors later, and then maybe a crop.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Cool, it's looking good though. Looking good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, before your computer melts, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll swap back to something else.
How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing alright. Let me, here we go. So, I have just brought in my next self. This guy who's trying to backseat game. He's just going to fit over this, I think. But my other option is to use this photo instead, where I'm leaning back. I'm not completely sure what the best option is. I have me leaning forward like this and then have in the background. Or to have me leaning back so you can see this zone a bit better.
I think it's worth that one you just showed us. It's worth previewing that at least. I think.
Okay, let's give it a go then.
I mean, even just very roughly, you could probably get quite close. So.
Indeed. Oops, I'm doing the thing on the wrong layer and create a masking layer. There we go. There we go. This is very rough. Go. Take my wet brush. We've got that. Or we've got this one.
I think that one is better actually. Yeah, the first one you had. This one, yeah, you're close.
The closer one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
closer one. Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
agree. Cool. Okay. Now I've got to fix it all. Right. I can delete that layer now, though. Don't want that. Go make things a bit simpler. Which layer is which now? Oh gosh. Right. That needs to go below this one. Right. Let's hide that for now. Oh gosh, the layers get really complicated quite quickly. Right, I'm going to make this layer all black, just to start with. Use the fill tool. Press G to get the fill tool. Just make that all black. Just catch the edges as well. Right, and paint myself back in. I haven't done any colour correction on this yet, so I will come back and do that in a sec. But let me grab my white brush. I have to get rid of that chair. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to do the colour correction now because you can see very clearly the difference between those two, can't you? On the wall, that's quite a big colour difference.
I mean, I think you might just, if you just run along your shoulder with a, like, hide the edge with your shoulder maybe.
Yeah, but I'd still like to get the colour balance right because the skin tones then will still match.
Oh yes, I guess so, yeah.
But you know, that's kind of preference, isn't it? It probably won't be noticeable, especially when I do a final edit on the composited image. But let's try -5 on that. Closer. It might just be because it's a bit darker, so I won't push it too far. I'll make this entire layer a bit lighter. that's contrast, not exposure. Make the whole exposure a little bit lighter. Make the whole thing a little bit more blue. There we go. I'll take that. Now reselect my mask and come back in with my brush. Go. Brackets smaller. Go. That's quite a big colour difference, isn't it, there, actually? Look at that. If I turn down my hardness, I'm going to make it a much softer brush so we can get more of a gradient going. There we go. This transition a little bit smooth. It's not quite a big colour. There we go. Oh dear, cutting off my own head now. Don't do that.
I mean, could you try select subject?
That. I've never used that before.
It works remarkably well, especially on portraiture and things. So essentially, just you select the layer you're looking for, or yeah, you set the layer, and then it just select subject.
Is that like what layer is that? How do I access that?
As in select in the top menu.
Oh, the one that I never ever open.
Select subject. It should think about it, yeah. And there you go. And I think it might also do. How do we get your hair there, though? Obviously, the things I've seen of it has been quite good, actually.
Yeah, it's not quite getting it there, is it? It's cutting off my knuckles a little bit.
You sure? You're sure it's not you on the mask, not the?
No,
photo?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, I'm having a bit of a nightmare trying to find an image that's big enough at the right height, at the right perspective, at the right field of view. So I think I might just.
You're not going to manually mask this one because let's do that. It's my old friend magnetic lassie. There we go. Yeah, are you not able to find something that you like then?
It's just. Why is it? Yeah. I mean, I select large images in Google Images, and it's really weird. Like, it says it's like a good 7,000 pixels across, but it's not. When I load it.
There's a few different ways to load images from like Google search results. I don't know if there's a.
Well, I think it's. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, but I think it's because it's Pinterest. It was going to a Pinterest page.
Oh god,
Pinterest
not
pages.
Pinterest.
Oh, we both had the same reaction to that. Pinterest.
I mean, thank you to Pinterest for giving my mum some social media experience, but aside from that.
Like, I have a Pinterest account simply so that when I need to search on Pinterest, it doesn't come up with that annoying overlay saying, please create an account.
Yeah. I mean, Pinterest used to be really good, but what it is now is it's just got so many ads on it that always like pre-roll, like they autoplay.
Yeah.
And it also just does this thing where it messes up all of Google image search results.
Yeah, it does Google image results so bad. It effectively links to another source most of the time. Better if that source was the Google result, not bloody Pinterest. Although the collections of Pinterest is very good for certain things, so like I play a lot of or Dungeons and Dragons, and if I need to find like a new monster or something like a new thing, Pinterest has some very good collections of like custom stuff to use. So
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm thinking that Instagram might try and like copy Pinterest in a way, because they're doing this thing now on Instagram where you can like save posts and you can save posts to collections. And I think it would just take them like not much of it at all to create a really good web interface and like, you know, tablet apps, and then they've
like-
basically got Pinterest.
like freaking Instagram has been terrible for web apps for ages. I think
So
they've only just enabled like being able to look at Instagram TV and stuff. You still can't post on web, which is really annoying.
But that makes me feel like maybe is that, I mean, they might just be they want it locked down, but it might also be, are they working on like a really thorough Pinterest killer?
Maybe, but I doubt, because it's been that like that for years. Like,
Yeah.
maybe. I do use Instagram for a lot of like Photosoc workshops are inspired by stuff on Instagram, or like the photo techniques that I see on Instagram, and I think, oh, you know what, we could build a workshop around that. Just sneaky hacks that we can teach the new committee when they come in. Just go on in.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need. Yeah, speaking of, we should be a new committee elected soon. Once finishes counting all.
That is going to be the strangest committee handover.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit weird. We should all still be able to have a social, like I think we should definitely do a quiz. I think that's going to be fun. Get people to teams or something. Yeah, it's going to be a bit odd. Like so many societies have been put into positions because of lockdown. Like, it's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, why is I thought finding like a background would be easy, but it is quite the opposite.
There we go. Slowly getting there.
I can quickly show off my progress if
Yeah,
you
sure.
if you want. Just zoom out
Of
and
course.
share my screen.
By all means.
There we go. So I added another clone. I think I don't have to move anything. So I have all of my 4 myselves.
Hey!
Me's. Yeah. I quite like it. I think the composition actually works quite well. I don't know. I didn't really give much thought to the composition of the picture, but now looking at it, I quite like it.
Yeah, actually, that background one works quite well with the cooking. Like,
Yeah, it worked out right.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with that. I mean, you can see this chair needs some masking. I was just masking my backside here, so it doesn't overlap with me in the poncho. It's you really need to get into the small details in masking because it's going to look off if you don't do it thoroughly.
yeah, you need to do details. Yeah, like using a little manual brush and just like going in and just doing it manually works.
Yeah, but aside from that, I'll probably mess around with getting the masks up to snuff, and then I'll go back to some color and crop edits. Yeah. So I'll switch back over to whoever wants to be next.
Sam, I guess. How are
We
you
can,
doing?
yeah, we can try me. I mean, I'm still searching for things. I've just had another idea. I was having really bad luck with the whole cycling tracks or velodromes or chariots or whatever. So I'm actually thinking, let's do lockdown theme, and let's do like an empty road.
Oh, an empty
say-
motorway.
Great
even.
idea.
Empty motorway, right? I was looking at the M1 or something, and again, I'm just trying to find something with the right angle. But I'm much closer already. Because I quite like the story. Then is sort of like You know, oh, the motorway's empty. Let's go out and do crazy chariot racing.
That is a great. You should do it. No, that's. Does that count as our hour of daily exercise? Is the question. Or however long it is.
Did a bicycle trailer showdown on the M1. But yeah, so
We can have a filming car as well. If I open my boot and someone sits there with a camera, 2 people in the middle seats, out the windows. Very cinematic.
It's just I just trying to find something like the low down angle. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it is a bit of a struggle because who would take her on a road?
Yeah.
What mad person would do that?
I almost need like a dash cam shot.
Yes, actually, or like a reverse dash cam, like pointing backwards.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, because like this, right? That's actually that is remarkably good quality.
Oh, that's potential. What's got potential?
720. So that I'll work with that.
That is good enough for Instagram. Trust me.
That's good enough for Instagram. Right, we got a photo. Thank God it took me half an hour, but we got it. Oh, I'm so happy. Right. Open link in new tab. No, not that one. Open image in new tab.
So I'm just laughing. The scene is getting more and more ridiculous. It's so funny. This, like, just endless me.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was trying out a few different images you see here. So I had...
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, that's the track.
Yeah, that's Loughborough. But
The left-hand one doesn't quite work, does it?
well, and also the background is horrific quality. Like it is
I
so,
can't tell what's
terrible.
So you'd probably be okay.
Well, it was too bad to justify. So anyway, we're not doing that. We're gonna do this one. Yes, that'll work.
Doing the chill music actually. Give me colour on the playlist now. I've given up on putting non-copy music on the Spotify playlist for this because it still gets flagged anyway.
Wow.
And it's not like we're looking to make money, so you know.
Oh, fair enough.
I've just started putting good music on it, and it's very chilled. Well, for the part, there's definitely some electronic nonsense as well, but.
I'm actually gonna think what I might do is run with the dash cam because it might be kind of cool if I still, you know, it still looks like a dash cam.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, that is a really good point.
So it's like someone's just come across this crazy quadtuplets or whatever the thing is. So it's just yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it'll work quite well.
It's just yeah. Oh my god, what's my that? Literally, I move it and it undoes the zoom.
Oh man.
So we're up on the limits of what computers can do.
Really? Oof, man.
No, we'll go for this. I think this is going to work quite well. So, although I think I might end up looking quite large. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. Although you can always crop in, then you're going to lose like more quality, aren't you?
Because I'll probably end up with a sort of looking thing where it's like each bike might go either side of the car. So, yeah, I've got an idea to focus on.
That looks fine. That looks fine size wise. I think, you know.
Oh, someone helped me, and I didn't realise on the chat. Christina.
Christina, thank you.
I feel so rude. I ignored it. I didn't see it. Does it tell you
It's
how
only
long
just
ago?
it's only just been posted. It's like 1 minute ago.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that could work. That's quite good. That's quite high res.
Christina, if you have anybody has any requests in the chat, then please do put them in. Unless you're just enjoying whatever.
Well, thank you very much for that. That is going to be a fantastic backup. And I think actually once I've got this set up, I'll be able to just drop in a few different backgrounds anyway. So I'm going to roll with this dash cam one. If it looks like it's going to fail, I'll jump to that Australian road one because that looks great. So thank you.
Very nice.
Okay, right now to some serious editing. Rather than just
An hour
doodling
in,
images.
time to get serious editing. Take it away, Sam.
So yeah, what am I going to do? God, this is laggy. Right, what I'm going to do first of all is close as many programs that I don't need. That is going to help things. I even closed Lightroom. Yes, I do want to quit Lightroom. Let's do this time. There we are. So yeah. So what I'm going to start with. Yeah, this is going to work well. I'm feeling good about this now.
This room is getting crowded. That I'm editing. Very crowded.
Oh yeah,
There's
let's have a look.
of people in this room. Here we go. I'm just about to edit in my 7th clone, who is this one on the sofa in the background. And I'm just going to make that all black. Oops, there you go. And then paint in. There we go.
Is he going to fit in the middle there, do you think? And
Let's find out. I'm going to paint. Oh, there he is!
That's fantastic.
I had no idea how much time that took, honestly. I think it's probably just luck. Anyway, we've seen a lot of mine. So Sam, why don't you continue with what you're doing?
Now I'm actually doing photo editing.
Yeah, you're actually
so
doing
to
editing.
start with, I'm just doing the.
You have to
the
reshare
select-
your screen. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Share screen. That one. So what I'm doing right now is actually I'm using the. I'm just to get a start. I'm using the select subject, and it's going to take me time to really tune in these things. But that's the good thing about using a non-destructive layer mask. So I'm going to go in and do the same for the second shot. So it's simple. I'm going to bring my opacity back up to 100, so we can see things. And I'm just going to select subject, and then you give it sort of 2 or 3 minutes, and and it's pretty. It's a good starting point at least. So, and the magic. There we go.
Oh, look
Wow.
And
You
it all
definitely
comes
got the
together.
color correction on that, but it looks so good.
That is good. I love the motion blur on the road as well.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get some like you can do like a radial filter or something.
I'm gonna get rid of my background dummy layer, and I'm gonna crop in for this background now. Oh, no, I'm still constrained. Why? So I really get an idea of the composition that's there. Yeah, this is going to work well. I like this.
It's gonna be hilarious. I can't wait to share these pictures. These are gonna be great.
I think I might also at some point in the future add in some linear blur on myself on the bikes as well. I think that's going to add to it.
Definitely. Like add some motion.
Because actually, realistically, I don't know. I can think about things too much. So that's that first one just started. So we can go in now, take a look at these ones. So same as before, I'm bringing my layers back up to 100% opacity, and I'm just going select subject. Give it 5 minutes, there we go. And then just down here, where my mouse is, down here, you can see it's the layer mask button. We click that, and we're instantly got a layer mask, and it's non-destructive, it's great. Hide that one. Bring him in, then go select.
Take a shot every time somebody says non-destructive. Oh dear. Anyway, sorry.
There's that one. And then we have. I mean,
That is looking really good.
That looks
I'm
so
done, right?
cool. That's so cool.
and that's like the 10% of work that gets you 90% there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
90%
Yeah, now it's the 90% of the work to get like the colours, like the trims, the layer masks, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that in the way? There's this random thing here. I don't know what it is. What?
I don't know.
Oh, it's my saddle. It's my saddle from the other image. Okay.
Oh.
That was really
There you
weird.
go. That was weird.
Yeah, look. So my leg is behind and invisible. There we go. Top tip: get your layers in the right order.
Yes. Or just keep them in the same order once you start masking things.
Yeah.
Either way works.
Cool. Well, I'm going to start on the front subject. In terms of composition, I'll quickly evaluate that again. I'm quite liking it. I'm going to do, crop. So if I bring up my thirds, that's quite nicely balanced actually.
I did not even think about that actually. I should have thought about that. I didn't compose mine at all. It was kind of the board game in the middle, and that was it.
You just sort of got like it's a bit like a Sergeant Pepper's almost. When there's just like it's just filled your one, isn't it?
Filled with nonsense. Should have just put Easter egg stuff like. I should have won a Photosoc t-shirt for one of them. I messed up there.
You could have put You could have put like little Easter eggs, like little Photosoc wristbands, and little bits and bobs of the scene.
Too late now.
Next time.
Yes, next time we do an in-depth clone photo editing stream.
What, you
This
mean
is
you
great.
don't do this every weekend?
No, I don't. No. This is actually the first time I've done proper clone photos, like properly set up.
Same.
It's quite fun, I gotta say. Oh,
Yeah, I
man,
just-
sorry.
I just feel like I needed a bit more time to think about the concept and like, I don't know. Like I just pulled a couple of funny faces, which is great and it works, but I feel like I should have thought about it a bit more, like Sam has.
I mean, I didn't think I thought about that much really.
Well, then your
I just
thinking
thought-
is efficient.
Fair, that is a good point. One of the efficient thinkers. I'm like, I think your screen is probably more than mine right now. I'm just doing very, very detailed like masking of myself right now.
Okay. I'm just trying to line up these shots that don't quite line up that well. It's just these areas in the spokes are going to be so hard to get proper.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a tricky getting the spokes.
How's it on? Oh, I'm on my own mark, that's fine. No. I did destructive editing.
Oh no!
The enemy of non-destructive editing. The arch nemesis.
What have you done?
Yeah, this is my life for the next hour or something. It's just brushing in, brushing out, seeing what
Yeah,
happens.
like the brush does take a while, doesn't it?
Especially when every part on this bike is like got holes in and what's going on. I mean, I can very quickly get to something that looks all right. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just that extra bit, isn't it? Like, there's definitely bits where I've taken shortcuts with my masking because they're all very dark, or like they're all very small, and you just really can't tell that it's a bit shoddy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that's the
right
thing
now
again.
I am covering up my shoddy masking with motion blur, so
Oh, let's have a look. I'm intrigued.
No,
Motion blur.
no. It's not working out quite well. I can quickly.
Yeah, show.
finish here.
Please.
So I'm using a different software which is not web-based. It's free. Oh, there is a big fly in here. Okay, never mind. So if you can see this,
Yep.
you can see this line over here. I'm trying to make it so it looks like this guy is running away from the poncho killer, and maybe he's fallen over. So I'm not sure what the best way is to do that, but I was trying to maybe blur the whole face, but I don't know, because the masking, if I cancel this, you can see the masking on the hair is not, looks like a bowl cut or something. Masking hair is a nightmare.
Nightmare.
So I'm trying to think of a way to fix this, and I thought maybe motion blur might fix it and also make sense in the context of the picture.
Yeah, considering it looks like you are moving, like that bottom bit. Yeah, like.
Yeah. So I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this. Whether I want to motion blur myself or I'll probably have a try at different things and then report back if I think of something.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Okay. Well.
Back over to someone else.
Yeah. I guess I'll quickly update everyone. I am masking in detail a lot. So
Yeah, I
I'm
expect so.
doing lots and lots and lots of bits. Yeah. Just like trying to get this jacket and stuff. Like I've managed to get this all done around the face here. So that's all done. But it's just down here now. Like this little bit is pretty much the last bit. Just right in here. Having smoothing on a brush after this helpful lot. You see the little pink line running around. You can turn on smoothing on any brush on Photoshop, and
That's a good tip. Yeah.
have effectively, because if you're using a mouse, your input isn't necessarily that smooth, unless you're very good. If you have smoothing on, then it effectively evens out your movements a little bit, and looks better.
So yeah. Can I go over to me?
Yeah, sure. If you share your screen, and we can swap.
I'm now doing vaguely interesting things. So
Can you share your screen? Oh no, there you go.
yeah, so I'm just trying to work out best way of approaching these things. Lost it. And so I'm trying to work out if
I love that for like 77 mile an hour and the coordinates.
yeah. You go fast when there's no cars on the road. So yeah, and I'm just trying to work out a way of the best corners I can cut. So essentially what I've just been doing is pretending that spokes don't exist. And I sort of painted out the entire middle.
Fair enough.
In that
It works.
far enough away, you wouldn't really notice it too much. And I'm
That's a
actually
good point.
thinking now I could probably quite easily bring a few back in, and it might look alright. So I'm thinking actually so here's my cover-up brush. If I paint my hub back in, and I get my brush the same size as the spoke, I can click. Am I on white? Yeah, I'm on white. So I can click on the spoke, hold down Shift, and I can click again where I think the spoke's going to end up, like that, and I can actually then bring just singular spokes back quite easily. Because when you hold down Shift, you're basically it then draws a line between the next selection. So I might do this just for a few of them and see if it's worth the time at all.
Yeah, no, I like
It's surprisingly easy to do, actually.
Yeah, any Photoshop, a compromise between time and quality. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can get a very long way with a lot of Photoshop in a relatively short amount of time. But you want to get very, very good results, it can take quite a while. As we've probably demonstrated in previous streams, actually.
Actually, this is kind of easy. Bringing back these spokes, to be honest, it's not anywhere near as hard as I thought it might have been. Look at that!
Oh, look at that! That's actually looking quite good.
I'm impressed myself.
Like, quite easy.
I mean, the other thing is, I could literally draw anything. I could make a spoke, and it might not look out of place. You know?
Yeah.
Just simply because of the background, you know. But I can at least try and find out where they should be. Try and match the angle correctly. But yeah. Welcome to my life. I paint spokes on bikes.
On the internet.
Live and around across the world. Painting spokes on bikes.
International. Yeah.
Okay, well, I know that worked. I might stop that for now, and come back to that later. And everything else is looking a bit more finished.
Fair enough.
So yeah, let's do some of the obvious stuff, I guess.
I think you should get some colour correction going in there as well. Like,
at some point, yeah.
at some point. Trying to think what crop I should put on my photo here.
Do you need a crop?
Well, I have to crop in because it was aligned and I had like white borders.
Do you know if like on Lightroom, you can get a brush to sort of snap to edges?
Yeah.
Do you know if that's a thing on Photoshop?
No, I don't. I have no idea, unfortunately.
That'd be really useful right now. Hey Adobe, make your brushes better.
Well, they're already pretty good.
Oh yeah. Have we got any Adobe staff listening? Hey Adobe, help us out. I was thinking I could just use like a magic eraser tool, but then that's destructive editing. God damn it. Looks like
Well, you can make a copy of the
Yeah,
make a copy of the layer.
I think I'm just confined to painting out bits of like.
Oh, I got the motion blur. It actually looks quite good.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, show us, by all means.
Show
over.
us if it doesn't explode.
No, I think I figured it out so it doesn't explode. Oh, sorry about that. There we go.
No.
Well, look at that. I think it works quite well. It's not as obvious that it's pasted over. Like you can see some funky bits over here, but I feel like it's better.
It looks
And
like you're just falling over.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I even put the angle as at this point, so yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know. What do you think I should do with the colors? Like, what do you think is missing? Because I feel like it's missing something. I'm not sure what.
It's like monochromatic. Like you're not relying on the colors too much. So like you could try black and white or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've
Or
sort
like
of got
a split tone kind of thing.
I think it's like you've got your lighting isn't, it's sort of a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll try some stuff with colors and then report back.
Cool.
Cool. Ah, you gotta warn me before you do that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Or you just get my face in green screen, massive on.
Pulling the curtain.
Yeah. So I'm just currently playing around with my edit here in Lightroom, trying to get something that looks interesting. Just gonna make it a little bit warmer. What do you guys think of this?
Ooh. It looks really good so far. Oh.
Well, we could go black and white, but a lot of the distinction between the kind of colours is colour.
Yeah, I
like-
love the colour.
Yeah.
So when
Oh, you got a good party going there.
I know, right? So that's the edited version. I'll save that.
It might be a bit overwhelming, but it looks like a good place to hang out.
Nothing but my own company.
Other people? Who are they? I don't know other people.
Everything in the corner is like. I'm just cooking. He looks really sleepy, actually. that's just a bad face I was pulling. The eyelines all work though. I can't believe that. Like, this guy's clearly
love that.
looking at the board, but like these three guys all looking at the same place on the board clearly. This guy's also looking at the board. This guy's looking at him. Yeah, it works. It works.
Very sort of like self-deprecation, not to say like I'm looking at myself here, and I'm looking at myself here, and I'm looking here, and I'm looking here.
I'm just going with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
so
me. I don't know this guy.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've gone with a little bit of a point curve, so I can just play around with that a little bit, and then I've done a bit of clarity and texture, just to bring out the details. This is quite light, but it means that the faces are like evenly balanced. So yeah, I'm gonna save that as a snapshot.
Alistair, my housemate, who's actually upstairs right now, is commented saying I've set myself an impossible task. I think he might.
I think you might have done, yeah.
It's got potential. It's just gonna take a decade.
Oh my days. That does not work at all. Oh, let's get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of this spot on the arm that I saw earlier. I have no idea where that's come from, but there we go. Get rid of this. Is the brush tool in Lightroom? Don't know what's going on there. I think it's a saturation fix. Might be a saturation fix. Maybe yeah. That does it. There you go. Very weird. There you go. I don't know what edits I'm actually happy with on this. Like, I don't really know what the edit should be. Oh. Oh. Okay. Whoa. How's yours going, Sam?
Yeah, more painting away bike wheels, bits of bike. Yeah, go over to me if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, so more of the same really.
Looking good.
Hopefully. Again, I think I'm going to go for the method of...
You have set yourself
pretend
such a
boats don't
task
exist.
there.
Yeah, I should not have done a bike for this thing. That is...
Yeah.
I think it's a cool idea. It's just
We
the
can get an
timescale of it.
impression of it before the end of the stream, but maybe
Yeah,
not a
that's-
finished result.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to explore some of my presets that I've got here and see if I can get an interesting process from one of the presets. Whoa.
Oh dear me.
That looks like a nightmare though. There, I'd much rather be doing my one.
Well, I mean, it is getting there. Just taking a decade.
I'm
Well, I'm gonna
interested.
put-
How are you going to get around the grass?
Um,
At the bottom of the wheel.
don't ask me impossible questions, David. It's,
What have you done?
yeah, I really don't know. I think I might just do a local like saturation luminance type thing and try and make them look tire coloured.
Oh, right. Yeah. That
I
could
mean,
work.
my standards for quality on this are dropping for every minute I spend editing spokes. So, you know,
You're slowly
quickly
losing the will to live.
losing faith in the quality of what I want to actually achieve here. So, like right now, I'm literally pretending spokes are where they might be.
Oh man.
This might be there. Yes, probably. One there. Yeah, probably. This is my life now.
I'll try and quickly do another edit with some other photos that I've
Right, show off then. Just because you picked the right subject matter to do in the time that we.
I lucked out.
Yeah, let's get into some more interesting, like vaguely productive asking here.
Oh man, my Lightroom is really struggling now though for some reason. Oh man.
I've been thinking the same as you. We could try to build this place again. We could start with a moment.
Oh man, my Lightroom's really struggling here. Why is it being so slow? Come on.
Is it just a big file you've got now? Is that why?
It's just because I'm trying to select a whole load of raw files to export to Photoshop.
I mean, I just remembered I was also thinking that during this stream, when I had blissfully finished my photo merge ahead of time, before the end of the stream, I was going to look at some old film scans, but that's not happening. How naive I
Oh, the
was.
dreams of our youth.
how naive I was 2 hours ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it really is that'll do. I mean, it just, yeah.
It does look good.
Together.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it does look quite good.
What do the eyelines look like? I guess they actually work.
The eyelines do work, yeah. They do work, yeah, definitely.
And it actually works quite well because this one I actually accidentally looked at the camera, but actually the camera is now the guy
A
driving
dash
his car.
cam.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny actually. It's like the one guy at the back is the only one who realised the collision that's about to occur. He should have a shock on his face, but anyway.
Is where you have a shot inside the car and things zip past on the outside.
Mm. I really like this.
Looks really good, man.
Despite, well, I think you've won though, Tom. You've got a perfection. I think you've
Well, I
achieved
think
there.
that's just because I've, I don't know, I lucked out, I think. We're gonna do
think
another quick and
having a
dirty edit on one.
having a steady, like a single scene, that would have helped you a lot, I think.
I agree.
Me, I'm trying to like isolate every element individually.
I'm now going to do a very quick and dirty one, and just like arrange people, and see what happens.
The one good thing that that I like actually about using a Mac with Photoshop is because I've got a trackpad and I've got a mouse, and it means that you can then have the trackpad as like I move around the image with the trackpad, and then I can move the mouse with the mouse. Essentially, you've sort of like got two mice, so you can sort of like, it's almost like you're working on something more physical, so you can sort of like pick up what you're working on and then move it around with the other hand.
The mouse in the other hand. We just use two mice like this.
That's just infestation at that point.
Rodent
I've done it.
infestation.
I've done a quick edit if you want to.
Oh yeah,
take a
sure,
quick
yeah.
look.
Let's
Okay.
see, let's see.
Oh, wait, there we go. What do you think of that?
Mindhunter!
Oh wait, sorry, that was the Mindhunter Season 3 promo that I got open. Sorry, that was...
Nicely done. I was not expecting that.
I don't think I get the reference. What is Mindhunter?
Mindhunter is a TV show.
Okay.
about serial killers.
About serial killers, yeah.
Okay.
It's a really good show, I recommend, but...
Yeah.
Alright, well... I'll try to crop this some way. I don't know what crop this means.
What the crop? That's a mini series waiting to happen on YouTube. Like a photography YouTube channel. What the crop? Explaining all the crop formats. Sounds exciting, right?
Yes, video.
They were doing 16:9. Whee!
Well, no, you could do it all in one video. Like you just call the video "What the crop."
Alright, Tom, I'm switching back. I'm turning
Okay.
off
Okay, do you go back to me then?
sharing.
Oh, I've got a picture of me pointing at me in a jacket right now. There you go. But yeah, let's go back to Sam. There you go.
Yeah. So I still have the wonders of masking out everything and anything, which is so fun.
Oh, you sound infused.
I'm
Don't let it
glad
catch.
that's,
You know.
I'm glad that's coming across. I do sound most. I'm having such a good time. No, it's good. It's coming. It's coming together, just about. And it's it's much easier on these larger bits that don't need quite so intricate editing. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think I might move on to the other side very soon and start bringing that up to scratch. How exciting!
Well, if you put it like
Stay-
that, then you know
Stay tuned for
people can barely
15 more
contain
minutes of me
themselves.
editing out spokes.
Well, we should all try and get to a point, I guess, by the end of the stream where we can compare.
Yeah.
I
I mean, to be honest, yeah, I've basically, one is almost finished now. Essentially, I need to do, oh my god, I've got to do a whole other one. But yeah, maybe I'll just focus on getting one finished for this stream. Potentially.
Oh man, I just realised With half capacity, I could make half of these clones into ghosts.
Oh yes.
That is not even something that I considered until a minute ago.
What potential?
I know. Show that I'm going mad even more.
You could have like
Well, you'd have
yeah,
it.
different,
You'd effectively turn the image into inside somebody's mind of all these different. Effectively,
Yeah.
like that would be very weird.
well, it can sort of be like I don't know, like you and then you from the past playing the same game, and it's sort of like a weird Groundhog Day or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is looking almost there. I just need to make sure that this wheel actually exists,
Ah.
and then I need to work out how I'm. Oh my god, there's loads of grass. Damn it! If it wasn't for the social distancing, I could have done this outside on the road. Curse that COVID.
Curse that COVID. The new game show.
Oh, is that COVID?
Have you guys seen? Have you ever watched the Mitchell Webb look?
Yes.
Remain indoors.
Stay indoors. Oh, that's got a whole new meaning. That does. Oh, somebody must have remade that sketch. In fact, they should remake that sketch.
Well, this is the thing.
That'd be
literally
amazing.
About 2 weeks into oh no, not even that. Like about a week into lockdown, the whole Mitchell Webb look like went off Netflix.
Oh, did
So I
it?
was thinking,
Oh.
are they going to do something with it? But I don't think they are. I don't know. They should do though.
They should, yeah.
Right. How the hell do you make a bike tire out of grass? Confucius.
And other
Like
such interesting questions. This week on.
I mean, honestly, it just depends how zoomed out you are, isn't it? That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's all a matter of does it pass the 6 foot test? I it look good from 6 feet away. Yes,
So that's
that is passed the test.
Do this. There we go. It looks amazing.
Perfect. Our work here is done.
Now, I think if I can do, let's try this now, because I've got some green reflections on parts and then just some green blades of grass. Let's try. Yeah, to be a actually interesting piece of it. First of all, let's save it before we lose my last.
Yeah, do
hour's
save
work.
everything. Like, yeah, I just had to do that because I almost completely forgot to save it.
79%. Come on, you can do the last one. There we go. First shot, money. Do it.
The last,
Right,
the last
I'm
10%
gonna
is
do-
always the slowest save in Photoshop. Especially when it's a big file. On my days.
Yeah.
Like working with like 10 gigabyte Photoshop files.
Hmm. So what do you think I need? Q saturation?
I think.
Yeah, that's
Are
what I
you
need.
trying to do color? Are you?
Well, I'm trying to turn my greens into blacky tyre colours.
Yeah, hue saturation might do it. I don't know if you're just trying to apply it to that area. You could do
Or
a
just the
masked
green,
hue
just
saturation.
the greens only. I almost need to like key
You could
out
do
my
a curve
greens.
layer, maybe. Do a curve layer and just work on the greens.
That's something I've never done before, but I'm up for trying new things. So let's do that.
Trying new things with LSU Photosoc.
Oh, we've made it purple.
Ooh, okay. That's not
That's
what I
done.
thought would happen.
I might revert to doing something else. Because I realise I don't fully understand how that's going to affect things.
I managed to get, like, so this second one that I'm doing, I've managed to get 2 people pointing at the door where he stood moodily. It looks like they're hounding him out of the room. Like, really
Let's see.
weird.
Let's see what you're up to.
Okay. What's going on here? What has he done for 2 people to be pointing at him?
I really like that.
Also, like, just this jacket is hilarious. Like, oh dear. There you go. This is where I'm at. Doing
I
my
see.
second one. I also have this, which I haven't edited in yet. Which I think might not fit in the picture.
You got loads of shots. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I spent like a half an hour just. I effectively did like 5 different shots for each outfit. Yeah, it's hilarious. But the setup took a lot longer than actually taking the photos. That's for sure. Like
Yeah, I guess so.
taking the photos took very, very little time really compared to setting up this board game. Like setting up Catan is a lot of work, especially when you don't play it and then play it again the moment you're done with taking the photos, which is sad because I really want to play the game, but there's nobody around to play it because you need 4 people.
I've never played Settlers of Catan.
It's freaking amazing. It's really, really good.
Okay.
It is.
It's very, very good.
I mean, Tabletop Simulator probably has a mod for Catan.
There's an online Catan.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, like you can get it for Android, iOS, and stuff. I think. I just this hand is not gonna work. I don't think.
Because it's lighter than yours.
Well, no, it's because it's like they're both effectively occupying the same space.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think I might have to crop it out. I'm just gonna look at the other pictures of me in the checked shirt that I can use. So what else have we got? This one, which I've already used. We've got, oh man, this is being slow. Ooh. Got that one. That one might work. I'll use this one.
Well, I did a square crop of my photo and I think it's time to post it on Instagram.
Cool, let's have a
Whoa.
look.
Freak people out.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I've just had an idea where the way we end this is the first one to post on Instagram.
Oh, what? I'm like,
So but then it's sort of like you're trading off obviously the quality of your image for being first.
Oh, that has already happened. Like, let's not pretend. I mean, I am surprised how much feeling I get from my photo, considering how quickly I threw it together.
let's have a look then. Come on,
Okay,
let's have a look.
I can show you the crops that I'm working with. So this is the Insta crop.
Yeah.
You're just falling over in the front. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I really like that.
That is amazing.
This is the 2 to 3 crop, which is I'm not too fond of. I don't know. I don't feel like it works too well for this photo.
I think it's good as it's like closer in, yeah.
I'm not sure what would work. So this is the what's this? I'm not sure what this crop is. It's taking a while to load.
Yeah,
Probably screen sharing.
maybe.
And,
Yeah.
this is a white crop. I quite like this though. I don't know. I don't like this space over here. This is kind of weird. Like, I think I'm limited by the composition that I did physically. So so I
Right.
can't really fix it by propping.
David, I've just had an idea. What
Yeah?
about your foreground subject that's falling over? He looks in pain. What about you Photoshop in like a blow dart or something?
Ooh, that is an idea.
So it's like
This is going
just,
in
you know,
directions.
your murdering guy right at the back. Maybe you also Photoshop him in like a
Like
I don't know, bow and arrow or something, or like a I don't know,
Oh.
slingshot.
You just gave
Give him
me
a
the idea.
Minecraft
What
bow
if I
and arrow.
Photoshop out the knife and just Photoshop in a gun?
Oh,
I reckon I reckon I could find a picture of a gun that aligns with this.
In Slovakia, gun kills you. I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking with the stuff that I can do around here. I was thinking maybe babushka street photography, you know?
Fair enough.
Alright, you can
Bear
switch over
Grylls
now.
style, Bear Grylls style thing in the Slovakian bush. In the
Oh, yeah.
wilderness.
I definitely could.
so here's me now.
Yeah, sure.
I'm still trying to work out how the hell I can just turn down the greens.
It's a bit of a tricky one. Like,
I mean, I'm thinking
do
I
a
just go in.
colorize on a hue and saturation layer, and just to the green. Maybe that would work.
Colorize. I mean, it's
Match to the
affecting
colour.
though.
Or mask the saturation layer, and just apply it to the green, and then
Yeah,
try and match
yeah.
with a colorize to everything else. Maybe.
Yeah, I think I might have to do something like that. Let's do that then. So yeah, I got my adjustment layer. I'm pretty sure adjustment layers when they're in the group. Yeah, so because it's in a, I've got a group for these two layers. When my adjustment layer is in there, it's only affecting that group. So you can see that the scene isn't affected
Oh, cool.
much, although it is. Oh, that's just my. Oh, it would be actually, yeah, just because there's a mask on there. We'll ignore it for the time being. And I'm going to make this. So Shift F5 gets me to my fill panel. Then I go foreground color fill, which means I'm just basically blanking everything out. So I've got a full black looking thing. So there we go. Large thumbnails. Now you can actually see what's going on. Yeah, cool. So yeah, here then I can then go in with just a brush again with our favourite word of the day, non-destructive editing.
Non-destructive editing. I feel like we need like
How
a
much-
flashcard that comes up on screen. The large.
Come on, children, say it with me. Non-destructive editing. It's weirdly red. I've made the grass red. This was not my intention. So I'm just desaturated. That'll do a job on it. In fact, to me, it looks a little bit blue, if anything. So
Oh, some of my alignments aren't matching up here.
yeah, this is gonna work. I think. Let's see. Yes, I think maybe.
Saying
Maybe not.
I think a lot. Maybe.
Well, I get confident and then I instantly get unconfident again. So, we've reached the pixel level.
Oh no, the pixel grid has come up. Things
Yeah.
are getting serious. No, when you get to the pixel level in Photoshop, you're probably taking too much. You're probably doing it too detailed, especially if it's a digital image, because like the resolution is high.
That's true. I mean, is this going to look terrible? I guess we can just always do zoom to like 22% or something. And no one's gonna know.
Yeah, like you can get away with loads, especially if it's being posted on social media. If it's being
That
printed,
is-
then that would be totally different. But oh man,
Look at
that's
that.
great.
Does
I
that
love
work?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really works. What you need now, you don't have any shadows on the road from the cyclists.
Oh, you're right. Yes. That actually making grass look like a tire worked way better than I
That
thought it could.
Looks really well. Looks really well.
That, and especially, I'm probably going to put some motion blur on this afterwards anyway. So, yeah, you're right. Just get on and do it. Don't bother about it being perfect.
I've just got
Which,
an image where everybody's pointing at everybody else now. This makes no sense, this edit. Like, everybody's pointing in a different direction. It's great. Oh,
I think you should have gotten one where in fact no, actually what you should wait, can we see your edit, how it's going, because I might have an idea.
Sure. There you go.
I think, right, get like a takeaway menu, right, and put it on the board, and then it's like, no, you gotta pay this time, no you.
Amazing. Yes. Okay, I'm fine. I'm searching. Amazing.
Yes. And you could even do some like distort. So cut it up into like 4 pieces. Do distort so it's like crinkled.
Go.
Give it a drop shadow.
Easy. Like put it on the door, are you saying, or?
No, I was saying just put it down on the table, maybe.
Everybody's pointing at like the door though. Like,
Oh, okay.
like surely it should be over here somewhere.
It could just be ethereal and floating then. I don't know.
I'm like, ideally, this person here would be holding a menu.
I don't know. Wait, your guy in the middle with the suit on.
Yeah.
Can he?
Oh wait,
cards.
we could replace his cards
Yes.
with a Domino's menu.
This is 200 IQ editing.
Oh yes, and then the guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna work.
Right, so I'm going to cut this in half then, so that we only have like half of the menu like it's been folded or something.
Yeah, and then just apply some distort to it so it's a bit sort of not so. Yeah. So it's not so square. He's got it. I love this. I love the stories we can create just from random pictures of ourselves.
The guy in the suit, for some reason, well, he's the one with all the money, obviously.
He's the one running the shop.
Right, so I'm going to use a polyagonal lasso for this one. Okay. Bonk. And then I'm going to cut and paint out the hand. This is not going to look good, but hey.
It's going to be funny. That's all that matters. I'm making tires out of grass. What did you do at university? Did you get a degree? Well, I learned how to make.
I learnt a whole load of Photoshop.
I learned some very niche, weird Photoshop tricks. There we go. There's now no grass on my wheels.
Hey! Progress.
Hallelujah. Right. Motion blur and drop shadow on me thinks.
Oh man, this does not help that I was thinking about ordering Domino's, like...
Oh, we should. Do you reckon we could get like a sponsorship deal from somewhere in Loughborough? Say like, we could Photoshop your things into photos live on stream.
I mean,
so
to be
dumb.
fair, we could try and Photoshop together an ad for us, like a mock ad,
What, for
and then
Photosoc?
try, yeah,
Like
and then try
a
to
clone photo of loads of people at a workshop.
get, and then try to get
That works so well.
Right, I gotta. So what I've done is I just unlinked the mask, right? So the mask will stay applied to the location, but I can move it around as much as I want. So I can
Yeah.
edit our thing here.
That looks so good.
I actually need to add distortion. Whoops. So clearly now the story is the guy at the door is the one who's going to go out and do the collection order, right?
Yeah. He's
That
the
looks
guy
so,
waiting to
it
go
looks
in,
so
yeah.
flat, doesn't it? Like, it's just a flat
Well,
plate.
I mean, just get your white point down. I think that's going to help it as well. And
Yeah, the
also
white
distort
point.
it, like actually get curves going, maybe.
Also, it needs noise to match the noise of the rest of the picture.
Maybe a bit of a tint, maybe as well. Don't know.
So I need a wave on level or something. Like, can I apply a wave to it? Maybe? Warp mode. There we go. Warping is happening. Now it doesn't look as flat.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I need to feather the edge just a little bit because it's a bit harsh right now. This is amazing. I did not expect to be doing this.
You can say. We can all say that. I think. I didn't expect to be on the M5.
Is it the M5? Is it?
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I think it's in Manchester. Then I think M5. I'm not entirely sure.
The M5 goes north to south. It goes through Birmingham, down through like Gloucestershire, past Cheltenham, where I'm from.
Oh, sort
And
of like
goes all the way down to like
to Bristol.
past Bristol and beyond.
Ah, yes, M5.
And then at Birmingham, it crosses over the M6, and the M6 goes north.
Ah, okay.
I think that's where the M5 ends. I think it ends in Birmingham.
What am I going to do? Right, select. Oh, we're going to do some motion blur now.
Right, feather. Well, that's too much of a feather.
Oh, should I do motion blur or radial blur?
Motion blur.
Because I could do zoom.
But we're on Skype.
Oh no, that works. That works really well actually.
Oh, does that work at all? No, that's too much feather. Just fine-tuning my feathering now. Okay.
I need some opinions, so if I show my screen.
Sure.
So I don't quite know how I'm going to do this.
Oh my gosh, the motion blur is insane. That's so
Yeah.
much motion blur.
I think it's
a
too
bit
much.
too much.
That probably is too
Yeah.
much.
That's
Let's go back.
amazing.
Because I've gone radial blur because actually, you know, it should be from the middle.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see what that looks like. That's half of what it was. Because I'm thinking the best way to do this is you have the motion blur beneath your sub. Oh, that looks horrific. What's the best way of doing this? Yeah, no, that's. Oh. Yeah, that's how I do it. So this, and I use this layer mask that I've already got going. So then I basically paint it all out. So I paint all of myself out. Yeah, that's how to do it. And then I go back in on quite a soft brush and sort of bring in some edges and things. I think that's the best way to do it. Does that work? What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely works. Definitely. This looks hilarious. I love it. It's so
Sort of
good.
catching some details. It's a bit abstract.
Oh, but it works so well. It's so good.
Crikey, my laptop's hot.
My PC is relatively cool right now, actually.
Oh, I could fry eggs on mine.
I was stress testing it earlier though because I was overclocking it today. So we're now going a whole 400 megahertz faster than we were before. No, mine's at about 60 degrees. Not too bad.
That's alright.
This is so dumb. Like this picture
Yeah, what do
of
you
the
think?
bloody the menu is so dumb.
I was trying to get rid of my layers channel. So there we go.
So there's no shadow on the menu from the hand holding it, so it looks a bit odd.
Yeah. You could probably just paint that in with a simple
It's not worth it. I can't be bothered.
or you could do that as well.
Let's save this.
Yeah, this has worked quite well actually. I'm really pleased with this. And it's also incredible how, the details I was worrying about 2 seconds ago are now just blur. I think we call that the David method.
Hide it all under blur.
Well, I've done an edit, if you can call it that.
Oh, okay.
To take a quick look.
Pray tell.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
I'll quickly share my screen. Well, there you go. Called it the meme edit. As you can see, I've added a gun. The knife is no longer. Flying bullet.
The flying bullet. That's so good. That's hilarious.
I feel like this guy sipping tea is a big mood. I really feel that.
This is fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the extent of my
Oh man.
work that I've done.
What was the other one that you've got? Like, have you like a 5-minute edit you could do on the other one, or is it going to take too long? Do you think?
Well, what do you mean, like the other set?
The other set, yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do it. Yeah, the other one is not as it's like 3 photos, I think.
I'm intrigued to see what it is. What was it like the other one?
The other one is me sitting in a recliner playing Switch, and then other me watching over me, very contently.
Oh, this sounds amazing. This sounds like super wholesome. I feel like we need to see
Maybe.
it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you can switch over to someone else, and I can quickly throw that together.
Sure.
Let's see how your shadow is doing, Tom, on the menu.
Oh, I've given up on the shadow. I've removed one of my arms now. I had too many people pointing. There you go. There's no more pointing. I'm not sure whether that works or not, but hey. Looks a bit weird.
Wait till it shows up.
Oh, I'll share it on the screen. Here you go. I got rid of this arm. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So dumb.
I mean, you could have another menu in this one we can see right in the foreground.
Oh, right here.
But have both, maybe. You know.
I'm like,
Or have a
I could have
competitor.
a competitor, or I could just have another Domino's menu. I'll have a Papa John's. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Papa John's menu. Oh, it's low res. Ooh. That's fine.
God damn it, Papa John's, you could have had free advertising. If only they thought of this.
Oh my days. Alright, let me save this.
You know what I also tried to do, but failed horribly? I tried to do a mirror cloning, where it would be, the clones would only be in the reflection.
Oh!
The way my bathroom
yeah.
is set up, it's just not possible to do.
Oh, it's
Maybe
so
with a
low
tripod,
res.
because you can't really get really sharp angles to the mirror.
Mm.
But I thought it was a pretty good idea. Maybe sometime later.
I've accidentally turned on the thing where my right hand panel keeps just disappearing.
Oh,
Anyone?
tab, maybe. Press tab. That'll hide or
There
show
we go.
everything.
Yeah, that is exactly what I needed. Thank you.
Yeah. I know Photoshop, I do.
Cool. Right, I'm now gonna. Yeah. He's got the menu. Oh, that's fantastic. Because now it's like you've got.
game.
It's so
Because
low
now
quality,
it's
this.
It's now like you've got like two scenes now. You've sort of got the mid play, and then right, we're all hungry. Let's get some food in.
Yeah. Probably an accurate reflection of how much food I do order when I do the takeaway as well. That's a solid mood, that is. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to go back over to me and we'll do some
Yeah,
colour
sure, yeah.
correction? Okay, here we go. So yeah, I've got my motion blur set pretty well. I'm happy with it.
Just the faces you're pulling is just amazing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just go with some adjustment layers. I've created a new group with all of those pieces that's then separate from the background, so I can go with an adjustment layer, just on and make it. So I'll put the adjustment layer above the group and then clip it to the group, so it'll only affect the group.
Yeah.
What do you reckon is my best?
What do I reckon to what?
Which tool to use? I can use curves, I guess.
Oh man, like correction Photoshop is one thing that I just don't do, so
And give it a shot with curves, I think.
this looks so bad. It's such a low res menu. It looks like in a video game when you're holding something, but it doesn't look real. Like, that's what it looks like. Anyway, sorry Sam, what are you saying?
No, yeah, I'm not saying much really. I'm just sort of going through various filters and things. What else does it need? I feel like it needs lower quality.
Low quality. Like,
How do you
resize the entire image.
Is that the best way of doing that, do you think? Just downsize everything?
Honestly, I think you'll get lower quality if you export it at a lower like resolution, so I don't think it's necessarily an issue.
Because like, if you look at me right here, I am a million times better quality than my background.
Like there's lots of ways you can make a background appear more consistent. Like you can add noise to both, so there's one more thing that keeps them common. Maybe.
I like just compression. I need to give myself compression.
Just add compression. Well, you could copy the layer, rasterize it, make it really small, and then make it really big again.
Yeah.
That would definitely give you some compression issues.
I think I might just. Cause that looks alright, doesn't it? Color wise, I think. I need a shadow. That's what I need.
The colour on your arms don't, like skin tones don't quite look right. I feel like they should be a little bit warmer, maybe. I don't really know.
It's kind of hard, isn't it? I think this is sort of like almost like a sunset. So yeah, maybe slightly pinky, warmer sort of looking thing.
Did you like midday light on you there?
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
Effectively, this is a low dynamic range camera at sunset.
Yeah. Looks like it.
So I'm not sure what the best way to do that is.
We can describe the thing, we don't know how to do the thing.
Yes, well, learning experience for everybody. Wonder if you will ever get this far into the video if they ever rewatch it. Was this going to be lost time?
Yeah, shout out to people watching during COVID 34.
34! Oh my days. It'd be weird if it actually happened. And we watched it.
Inception.
This is so much
trying to
less
work out how-
sharp than everything else, this menu.
Trying to work out how to reduce my dynamic range. I think I've actually sort of done it. I think I've managed it.
Using the curves to just take the whites out and
Yeah, that is sort of working, I think.
effectively shift your whites towards grey. And shift your
Yeah.
like that. That works.
Well, I think I'm getting a bit closer actually. Like this.
Ah, now that looks right. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. That's getting there. It's that skin. Like it's like your arm there that looks a lot more right.
I'm gonna actually change slightly how my I'm blurring everything off. What a crazy image I'm making.
Crazy images with Photosoc. Getting those wacky bits in.
When you just like step back and realise you spent your last 2.5 hours making an image of yourself riding a bike with a trailer with yourself in the trailer and photoshopping it onto the M5.
Right, I've got another menu in my photo. It looks bad, really
Let's
bad.
see. We'll be the judge of that.
Look at the difference in the quality. It would work if it wasn't the like most in focus part of the image. Look at this.
Oh god.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Save that. Maybe I can put it in the after edit. Let's go back here. Here we go. Wait for it to save. Where'd it go? Oh no, that's not it. Has it? I don't know. I'm so good to work. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to crop out the bottom bit because I've got this weird hand crossing over thing. But there you go. No, I'm actually going to go wider, like you did. Wait, that's really wide.
No, don't just crop out your editing. You spent hours.
I will crop out whatever I want to. It looks even worse. It's just a menu there. Oh man. If we make it black and white and really like push it.
Yeah.
These black levels on that still don't work, do they? Ugh.
Well, I am.
Oh man.
I think I'm about as far as I want to take my edit for today, at least.
Fair enough. How about you, David? Where are you at?
I am halfway through doing the second one,
So,
and it's coming along quite nicely.
oh, cool.
Oh wait.
There you go, just really push it. There you go. Just do that.
That's quite cool. Oh no! Do a You could do a gradient. What is it called? Like a gradient colorize. Gradient map. Do a gradient map with the dominoes colors.
I could do, yeah. I can re-export it. Okay, I'll re-export it back to Lightroom, back to Photoshop even. Don't need that one. Is it gonna reopen? Am I gonna get a copy? I want this copy to open. Okay. Come on. Wait, let's close this one. Try. I'm like, it does work. It does work. Believably.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Right, gradient map. Well, we could do a gradient map. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's just invert. That's all that is.
That's horrible. Oh my gosh. What things can we do? What colours are... I'm like, we can go blues. Whoa. What colours does Domino's? Is it blue and red, right?
Blue and red, isn't it? It's blue and red. So go for
Oh my gosh.
like a dark, like you could push it to a darker blue and a lighter red, maybe.
I could jump to Domino's and sample their colours.
Alright, if you wanted to be professional about it. There we go.
Oops, that's... Oh, where's Photoshop gone? Here you go. No. What's Photoshop? Oh my gosh, Lightroom's... There you go, I want Photoshop. Right.
There we go. It's got the branding.
What I do is do this. Okay.
Yeah, then you'll get a sample from. There you go. Can you not zoom in?
No. Wait, I'll just zoom in first.
It's really annoying. Well,
Why is it sampling as white? Oh, it's sampling the layer, isn't it? Wait, I need to have a layer select. Oh my god.
oh my god, the chain of things that has to go right just to sample it.
Wait. I'm just going to copy the bloody hex code.
Yeah, make it easy.
Oh my god.
Is that the right blue yet, or?
No.
Oh yeah. Coming autumn 2020, Domino's ad campaign.
Oh my gosh.
It actually does feel like the Obama election campaign.
Freaking Obama. Which one?
What was the
Oh my-
tagline?
Hope, wasn't it? You can just
Yeah.
repeat that.
That's quite a cool idea actually for a Photosoc stream. We could do sort of like just
Fake.
stylized portraits in certain ways.
Oh, of us.
Yeah, of us. We could do like just because it's quite easy. You can do a lot of
Just
things. You could do like a
post-rise
Warhol. You could do this sort of thing. Yeah. I think we should just have a social or something where we just do not so focused.
Okay. Obama. Perfect. This is like this works ish, except that the colours are both dark. So really, what we need to do is we need to go in here and then go.
Just increase the lightness somehow. Yeah, make it more. Yeah.
And take that there, and then add another one, which is even lighter.
Or just to white. You can even go to white.
Okay, well, I've done some progress on mine. I can just quickly export
Looks
to them.
so weird.
Oh,
What is going on now? So weird. Like, I could push the I could push the blues down.
I kind of like it though.
Push the blues down so we have more of a deeper bottom end as well.
Yeah.
How about that? It's weird.
We can do a whole thing on just gradient mapping.
Gradient mapping, man. I used it in one of the early streams to get rid of chromatic aberration.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Level freaking gradient map plays. Oh, there we go.
That does look like cool.
Looks weird, but sure. Save that nonsense. I quite like it black and white though.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just tone it down, like.
Ooh.
Well, I just put it onto hue. Actually, hue won't work. Would need to be
Screw? Or
soft light, maybe. Soft light. That works quite well, actually. The soft light, although it does make me in the doorway look really weird. Because all of the skin tones are normal apart from that one. I'll say it's an option. photos. Um. Oh man, that's weird.
Yeah. What are we thinking then? Shall we
Should we go
wrap
through
it
what
up
we've
maybe?
done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. How's yours going, David? Do you want to quickly show
I can
us?
quickly, yeah, definitely. So this is what I have.
Oh, that's really good.
That's amazing! Oh, that's so cool. You've got a little bit of a ghosty forehead going on
Yeah,
there.
it's here and here, but I think this is as much masking I'll do with this.
The
Like,
backlight works really well, though. Like,
yeah,
It's
I
got
don't
really
think it
good
would.
lighting, and it's got fantastic sort of composition and depth. Like it's wide angle, so you get this sort of like slightly more exaggerated thing. I really like it.
yeah.
I
You
think
could do
for
a really good
Instagram-
crop of that, of like each head.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
do like a vertical crop, I reckon.
Oh yeah,
So
maybe.
you just have like the edge of you leaning in.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's right. And so like the yellow
think I'm-
chair is like the central thing.
I'm going to
Yeah.
ignore all the cropping mistakes and just
Yeah, like even go
No
like a
problem.
4x5 or something. Just give you a
No,
little
what-
bit more width.
One-to-one could work.
Or
Yeah.
square, actually.
Yeah.
Square works.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I really like that, man. That's
yeah.
really cool.
yeah. Well, this is it. I think I'll probably do something like this in editing, but yeah.
Cool.
What-
Honestly, I slapped this together in like 2 minutes, so I'm not really bothered by it.
Yeah, but like that's what like some of the most successful stuff is slapped together in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
What
Cool.
photo?
Oh man.
All right.
Well, I
Switch
guess
over
we're
to someone else.
sure. I'll swap over to me for a sec. We can quickly go through what I've done. Table. Here we go. So we've got where we started with this one, which I think still could do with some editing. Just throw it onto. Oh, this is already edited. Let's go with that. There we go. So we've got this. Now we've got the pizza order,
Yeah.
and then we've got the coloured pizza order.
That's really cool.
It's really,
It
I really
really-
like that.
It really is like two different scenes now because you've got like the different people doing different things. And
I feel like
things
I
are going
almost
diff-
need to do a crop of each of them, which is exactly the same, so you can like go from one to the other.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool as well. Yeah.
I'm going to create a virtual copy of this one.
And then
Do a
oh,
crop.
and you've got your blank slate. Have you got a blank slate actually? Or you could make one, couldn't you?
Blank slate?
Just like no one in the frame at all.
I don't have a blank slate, unfortunately. The closest I get is that one, I think.
But you could make one though, couldn't you?
Probably.
But my point is, you could have one. You could then do your third one in your series. Is there's no one in the room. The lights are like lower. The lights are off or something, and then there's just like empty pizza boxes. And then you've got like a whole story of showing.
I'm gonna quickly do an empty room. I'll load them into layers. Here you go. Doing a line. Just go.
Yeah.
And then we'll do what, like, as in darker lights kind of thing. Like,
Well, you could sort of just like you could do like a slightly dark, maybe a blue tint. Show it's like later on, and then have some like empty pizza boxes.
best way to do a blue tint, we'll just go.
Make a new layer at the top. Do a screen, or Darken.
Nah. Soft light.
That's quite good. Yeah. And maybe like cut off your high end, cut off your whites a bit maybe.
Well, the white's already fairly cut off because of that
Yeah.
soft light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
And then you're going to do the one where and then you do the same crop for all of them, I guess. Are you
Yeah.
thinking? Yeah. Yeah.
I'll set
Then
up
you've got
some-
that's a really nice little series then.
I'll do 8.5 by 11 for all of them, so we'll keep that.
Or you could just copy over the crop.
Yeah, I'm like, they might not be exactly the same because the Photoshop documents have a different base resolution. But it's a good
Oh, really?
starting point. Yeah, because they've all been auto-aligned, which changes the base resolution.
Yeah.
But you know, I can start there. I wonder if they should all be the same colour wise as well. Don't know. There you go. So oh man, it's coming like me. There you go, that one. That one. That one. It's kind of a sequence.
Yeah. It works.
Fair play. But there you go, that's what I've done. I feel like this is probably the best one, like this. It's had the
Yeah, I
most
like it.
masking time put into it, that one.
Yeah, it's nice.
But yeah, let's see what you've been. I guess we'll show you your final result, Sam. Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I was sort of doing nothing for a long time.
Since it is 10 to 9, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was getting quite tired.
That single shot.
I've got like a interesting problem though. It's like I've ended up in the wrong place on this. Because on that shot, the back wheel bike is covering me there. Maybe I just haven't aligned them properly. Might just not aligned them properly. Could be as simple as the problem is. Moving on thing. Oh yeah, that was exactly the problem. So yeah, let's do a quick lightning round at it. see how possible we can make something in next like, minute and a half.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what layer things are on. Oh, we're getting there. There you go. You get the idea. I'm alright with that.
So good.
Oh, I'm nearly done with it.
I think I'll spend another 10 minutes on this at some point and add some motion blur, and then yeah.
And be happy to
So we need to,
throw it out into the world.
yeah, we need to do a vote, don't we? On Instagram, will we do another vote?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
A three-way
Alright.
poll.
The
Oh,
my
I can
gosh,
quickly
my
show
phone's
up
actually
mine if
died.
you want.
Outrageous. Wow. My phone just died because I had the stream running. My phone completely ran out of battery. Sorry, what were you saying? David?
I just finished editing the second one, so I can quickly swap
Yeah,
over
sure.
to...
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there we go.
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh.
I love. Okay, that might actually be my favourite.
So,
That's really good.
That's
due
so
to
good.
this, if you remember, there was nothing there, so I just painted a arm shape there, then blurred it, and then applied
Wow.
radial blur all over it, and then masked out some of the bits so you can see the faces. through
Freaking
the blur.
amazing.
Oh,
I
I'm
really
happy
like
with
that.
this one.
I
This was
really,
so
really
quick.
like that. A lot.
Yeah, this is going onto Instagram for sure. Oh, I can't wait. Oh,
You know, I almost prefer mine in black and white now.
shall we swap back?
Nah, that's right.
That's really good, David. I love it.
Yeah, sure. Let's swap to the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Oh, I've just moved the wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, well, there we go. All the photos. That was really fun, actually. That's not something I've ever done before, but
Yeah, it was. Yes. I might do a second round just for the entertainment value. Just think about something more complex. And
I really like the idea of doing Corona shake.
oh,
Yeah. Like, I did think about doing something like this in my room for a while, but I think like doing it in our lounge effectively works really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this is totally doable for anybody. Like, if you guys have a phone or something, you could like prop it up, even with like the selfie camera, so you can see what you're doing. Put it on a timer, and then. do
Not even
this.
that. You could easily just do one of these things. Like if you just take a video, just take your phone up, do a video, and then you can just pull frames from that video.
Take the frames out of the video. Yeah, that would definitely work. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because Photoshop's got a great thing, which is import video frames to layers. So if you've got a video clip that's not too horrifically long, you can just do that, and then you can just take out like 90% of the layers, and then you'll end up with the ones you want to work with.
That's a really good idea, actually. Yeah, because you could easily set your phone up and then know which positions you want to be in. And you could just like take a 20-second clip of you just walking between each position, posing, and then walking to the next position, posing, walking to the next position, posing.
Yeah.
I might give that a
I was
go,
al-
actually.
you could.
I was
throw
almost
like a stop
considering that
motion
for
thing
my
with
one.
that. Oh.
I might do that for like my room, because it would take me a lot less time than setting up a camera. Although actually, because I have a camera up here, I could use that. But yeah, that's really cool. Oh well, there we go. I guess we'll post these at some point in the next few days once we're happy with our edits. I think.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be putting mine on Instagram right away tomorrow.
Yeah, yours should win. I think. I really like that.
I mean,
oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we should have a proper
We'll have a vote.
voting.
Well, we'll do like a 3-way vote on Instagram. So like each
Yeah,
one will go
yeah.
up against each other.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like a bracket. Yeah. That's a good idea.
And if everybody has 2 images as well, we could do 6.
Yeah.
So
I don't have 2. We need to make another one.
Right.
I can just
Yeah.
choose one of them.
I'll choose one of them as well. But yeah, there we go. So thanks everybody for watching.
This extremely long 3-hour stream.
Yes, extremely long 3-hour stream. They seem to get longer and longer. Maybe it's just because as we add more people.
I guess, yeah, usually it's like 2 hours, 1 hour
Yeah.
per person. Now it's got 3 hours.
Yeah.
3 people.
Yeah, maybe we should do like a timed challenge or something, where we have to like
Yeah,
post
against the clock.
at the end. Like,
I was thinking maybe if we run out of practical ideas that we can do, maybe just like do a little bit of education, like history of some photographer, and just talk about it for a bit.
oh my days, definitely a good
Yeah.
idea. I know nothing, so I would.
Neither do
I'd
I.
have
That's
to
why I
learn
thought about it.
Well, we can start the
That's a
Photosoc
good idea.
podcast then, I guess.
the Photoshop podcast. Oh, look, this is what this is effectively.
Yeah.
It's longer than a podcast already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, we'll call it there. Thank you
Yeah.
everybody for watching. And we shall see you again next week for something else. We won't have a break like we did last week. We're gonna go straight into something next week. So yes, peace
Yeah.
out. Lots of love, etc. I
Next
don't know.
week. Next week. See you then. Stay
Bye
safe.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Can we go to the test card?
Oh.
Yeah.